These are the blades of our lives, the figure skating show where I talk to you about figure skating like it is drama for your mama. On today's episode, I bring you a very, very late recap of the four continent, the 2023 four continent. I'm so busy being an adult, I can't even enjoy the things I love, like figure skating, because my boss, my employer, doesn't understand that I need time doing work hours to work on my love, my passion, figure skating. So I can only do this in spare time. So here it is. So Four Continent was full of surprise. And you guys know how much I love surprise. We had some in women, ice dance, men, pairs. Every discipline was bringing us some form of surprise. Starting with pairs, the short program played out exactly how I called it. So the top four was first place was Riku Miura, Ryuichi Kihara, Diana Stiletto-Dudek, Maxime Deschamps, Emily Chen, and Spencer Howe were in third. And then Leah Pereira and Trent Machad were in fourth, which is exactly how I was expecting pairs to play out. We also had like two young Chinese pairs making their debut at this event. And it's been a while since we've seen, the Chinese team compete in figure skating. So it was really nice to see them. We still don't have any update on Shui and Hong or Peng and Zhang. So I don't know what's going on with the skating union. Did they both retired? Are they coming back? We just don't know what's going on with both of those senior teams. Now, the two, I guess, newly senior Chinese team, they both had a respectable outing in the short program. However, only Zheng and Yang made it in the free. I feel like the altitude in Colorado was no joke. The ISU International debut, our pewter medalists, Leah Pereira and Trent Machard, really had a great start. For me, this is the team to watch. It is amazing how fast they are growing. Most of their elements are competition ready, and this was another clean short for them. The long is not perfect yet, but they are fast, powerful, exciting, and strong. My heart was literally in my throat watching this pair, and I feel like this is the way to go. I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel for pairs, especially for Canadian pairs. In third place and first in my heart, and this was one of the many surprises, was Diana Stiletto-Dudek and Maxime Deschamps. They looked good in the short program. They only had a mistake in a two-footed throw, but everything else looked really good in the short. But the long was kind of a struggle. But like poor Deanna has been sick for mostly the entire season. And the fact that they managed to fight, they made it to the Grand Prix final, made it through national, and even managed to get a medal here, which is better than they did last year. I still think this was a great season for them, even though they didn't win, the silver medal that I was expecting them to win. The silver medal went to Emily Chen and Spencer Howe, who had two of the best performances for them this season. This is a team that I can easily see the judges and the fans get behind. They look great on the ice. Their elements are world class, and although they are inconsistent, I feel like this consistency is a problem that may be able to resolve itself if they continue to compete under international pressure. The favorite to win and the obvious winners here were, of course, Riku and Ryuichi. I feel like this was less than a stellar outing for them. Riku had a fall on their side by side in the short, and also the long was not their best outing so far. But given the altitude problem at this event, I still feel like this was a very good outing for them. I think Riku and Ryuichi will come back fighting stronger than ever at Worlds, and I cannot wait to see it. Between European and four continent, I'm starting to have a small hope that by the time we get to like 2026 Milan, that pairs will have risen up to be as competitive as all of the other disciplines. I know right now we're struggling, but I feel like the foundation is there, and given 3 years, pairs may be as competitive as to what it was last Olympics. The men's competition brought me great joy and equal measure heartache. It was so good to see Boyang Jang back to his old fun loving self. However, the long was just not his day. You could tell that poor Boying is making a comeback from injury. This is what you're supposed to look like when you're making a natural, drug-free comeback from injury. You could see it's not easy. It looks similar to the process that Rika is going through, that Bradie is going through. This is injured ice skaters coming back naturally to skating. But still, it was so much fun to see him in the short, and to see a lot of these men just doing their best. It was similarly heartbreaking for me to see Koshiro Shimada. Oh, my problematic baby. He had such a great outing at Japanese National. This was his moment to build, to send a message to the Japanese Figure Skating Federation to tell them, give me more international competition. But my problematic baby had some more inconsistent outing. Back to the drawing board, but I feel like you can do this, Lambiel. You can work your magic. And then the worst heartbreak for me and the men was, of course, my Cha baby, John Woo Cha. If I find the person who left the object on the ice before Cha's short program, it is hands on site. I want to call sabotage. I mean, really, he was standing there prepared to do his program, no music. Had to stop, pick off something off the ice, then come back. He was waiting there for another 30 seconds before the music abruptly started. This is complete and total sabotage. Ugh, the short just, I really think it messed that whole timing thing messed with his timing, and when it came time for the triple combo, he just was off his game. And the free, it was not the triple axel that got him, but it was that single axel that was the nail in his coffin. My poor Cha baby, who was the defending champion here, who I really, really wanted to see protect his title, missed out on the podium. But it's okay. It's okay. You could still come back for worlds. You could still come back for worlds. While the stories of heartaches were really hard to swallow, there were also a lot of moments of joy for me and the men. Like Shun Sato coming back from surgery, he has only gotten stronger and stronger as the season progressed. Earning a medal at his final event this season, I think will really motivate him next season. Hopefully, he'll continue to remain healthy. Hopefully, he'll start building back his stamina. I think with his performance this whole season, he'll definitely get, two Grand Prix assignments next season. So I'm looking forward to see how much progress he could make from now until then. Then the skate of the night, of course, went to none other than Mr. Keegan Messing. What a performance! If Keegan has to leave figure skating, at least the professional competitive aspect of it, this is the way to go. To think in his long career, Keegan has never won an international medal. That this is his first international medal at one of his last competitions. I feel this is a beautiful way to say goodbye to a brilliant career. I hope like Skate Canada finds a way to keep Keegan involved in skating for his post retirement. To be honest, I would much rather see pictures of Keegan kids than listen to Ted's commentary. So maybe they could swap them out every once in a while. Anyhow, the winner here was Kao Miura. Honestly, this has been a roller coaster season for Kao. I'm so happy to see him end up on a high note because he started on a high note, just went a downhill spiral, and I'm really glad like he picked himself back up and now he's going to Junior Worlds and hopefully he could repeat this performance at Junior Worlds. And then we also had, some other men doing more of the same. Jimmy Ma, more of the same. You know, um, Conrad Orzel, more of the same. But all in all, I really, really enjoyed men. There was so many comeback moments. There was so many moments of redemptions that I really, really enjoyed seeing men at Four Continent. Fortunately, Four Continent only got bumpier by the time we got to the ice dance. On average, if we have two falls in a rhythm dance, that is considered a lot in a competition. I cannot say how many years of me watching figure skating I have seen a competition where we have had as many falls as we had at the 2023 Four Continent. By the time my poor Kana Murato and Daisuke Takahashi took a fall, I was screaming, check that cursed ice. Ugh. But it wasn't just poor Kana and Daisuke. Marie-Jade and Roman Lagar, Holly Harris and Jason Chen, Carolyn Green and Michael Parson, they all went down. Honestly, there was something wrong with that ice. I honestly believe there was something wrong with that ice. From my Cha baby to some of my favorite ice dancers, all going down on that same ice. I have my eye on that ice. But thankfully, by the time the top three got on the ice, Madison, Chock, and Evan Bates, Lawrenson, Fournier, Boudry, and Nikolai Sorenstein, and my Lala couple, Marjorie Lajoie and Zachary Laga. By the time they got on the ice, whatever bad juju was on it was gone, and they all had clean rhythm dances. Um, I was a little apprehensive though when it was time for the free dance because I feel like if people started falling in the free dance, then it really is a wrap. Unfortunately, poor Kana and Daisuke did not fare much better in the free dance. Daisuke barely made it to the end of that program. I mean, the altitude was especially cruel to poor Daisuke. I would like to ask Maria Zueva to please stop putting lists at the end of the programs for Kana and Daisuke. My heart really cannot take it. But anyhow, I feel like World is another chance for these two to have two clean outing because they have yet to have two clean outings this season. But I think Worlds, if there was a place for them to do it, it would be Worlds. Come on, Daisuke. Come on, Kana. I have faith in you guys. You could definitely do it at Worlds. Caroline and Michael also made a comeback in the long, finishing fourth in that segment and fifth overall. They also have another chance of doing better at Worlds. I mean, like, this was not the ideal situation for them. I do not think they wanted to be behind their American competitors, but that is what happened. And those very same competitors in fourth place was Christina Carreira and Anthony Ponomarenko, who beat Caroline and Michael for the first time in their career. Hi, guys. I am very excited by the potential drama that is cooking for the new generation of ice dance in the US. Let us just look at the 6 degrees of relationship that we have right now. We have Christina and Anthony, who are coached by Scott Moyer, who is a former competitor of Charlie White, the coach of Caroline and Michael, who are both being chased by Emilia Zingras and Vladim Kolesnik, who is coached by Igor Spielbaum, the former coach of both Scott and Charlie, whom they left to go be with Maria Zuevo when Maria and Igor split their coaching school. I mean, guys, the drama literally writes itself here. Anyhow, I was really amazed by the top three teams in the free dance, starting with my Lala couple, Marjorie and Zach. They have grown so much this season. It is really so sad that Marjorie and Zach are not going to Worlds because Canada does not have three spots. And again, I want to say, why not just give Canada a spot? The Russians are not coming. That is three spots right there. Just give Canada an extra spot and let Marjorie and Zachary go to Worlds. But of course, I know it doesn't work like that. And in a sense, Four Continent was their world, and they really went lights out. I've already said this, my Lala couple, they are gonna be on world podiums, they're gonna be on Olympic podiums. It's not a if, it's only a matter of when. And you could see if they can remain, God willing, healthy together, and they could continue to growth, I feel like this is a given. Silver was the oh so fabulous Laurencina Nicolai. Without a doubt, the most well packaged skaters in any discipline this season. I love both of their programs, especially the lift and the free where Nicolai sort of wears Laurencin like she's a Minotaur cape. I love it. Love that move. Everything about this team is first class. And both programs only seem to just improve as the season goes by. I really hope they do really, really well at Worlds so that Canada can get back 3 spots. And then finally, our winner, Madison Chock and Evan Bate. I will be the first to say I was underwhelmed by their free program. Well, by both of their program, really. I really didn't feel like Madison and Evan were really giving us anything this season. However, this pre-world outing really showed me that sometimes you just have to trust the team and the process. The free dance that we saw from Evan and Madison at Skate America is nowhere near to what we got from them at Four Continent. It was almost like night and day. This program throughout this season has built little by little by little, where at this event, I found myself drawn to it. I found myself watching it from start to finish and having for the first time a real investment in this program. And I think that goes to Madison and Evan as well as the team around them because they could have given up on this program and opted to go back to something else or scrapped it and start from scratch. But they had a vision and they trust the process. And this is what we have. And I feel like Madison and Evan did themselves a solid here. They got their best score to date, much better than what Piper and Paul got at National. And we all know the scoreflation of National is legendary. They are getting these scores at Four Continent. I mean, oh my goodness. I don't know what Piper and Paul will look like when they come back for Worlds. So I'm really at a crossroad and a dilemma right now as to what's going to happen. And you know what that means? I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I cannot wait. I feel like every discipline, especially ice dance, is up for grab. And who knows what's going to happen.